This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We're here at the Ben Davison Performance Centre. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Leigh Wood, who Ben Davison just said they can't get rid of you, Leigh. You're back in the gym.
I don't think they want to get rid of me, to be honest, mate.
I don't think they'll ever get rid of you, really.
Nah, no, I'm not done yet. I think it's very important for fighters to do things on their own terms, because when they do call it a day, they don't want to look back and think, oh, I could have had another fight. No, it's too late. I should have done this. No, it's got to be on your own terms. I'm not stupid. Some people may think I am. No, I'm not. I'm not an idiot. I'm better than that. Last time out. Don't make excuses. It's got to go out and show that I'm better than that.
Yeah, I suppose that was my first question. Was there ever a question of you hanging the gloves up after the Cacace fight?
No, for me the feeling was I felt like fire inside. Like, oh, I'm better than that. I can do better than that. I'm just going to go and do better than that, basically, in a nutshell. No excuses. The better man won on the night. I couldn't have really done much more on the night. Looking back at it, is the things I changed, adjustments I make? Yeah, of course. But that's boxing. You got to do it on the night.
Yeah, look, hindsight's a wonderful thing. And you said, look, no excuses. But do you believe inactivity did play a role in that fight?
No, I'm not going to say that because I chose I chose that fight, knowing at that time I picked that challenge, I picked that fight, so I can't say, oh, you know what, that's a long time. No excuses. Like, I was on it. I had a really good camp, a longer camp than usual. Like I said, no excuses. Anto was a better man on the night, and I'll go and do better. So.
How highly do you rate Anthony Cacace?
I rate him is very underrated. You know, once you're in there with him, he's long, and I think he gave me a lot of respect on the night for my power, which made it very hard to land. I felt like I couldn't nail him something clean. He was, not going to say negative, but he was on the back foot in the spells, and here we go again, cut him off then. And the moments I was expecting wasn't quite there, and yeah, he's better than he looks when you're in there with him, for sure.
How do you think he does against Ford?
Again, it's styles make fights. One style might be suit for another style, but I can see Ford giving him a lot of problems the way he fights. But like I just said, when you're in there with Anto, it's very different. It's very long, very hard to nail with a clean shot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope Anto gets the job done, to be fair.
As much as we joked with Ben about you staying here and everything like that, he did say that why wouldn't you carry on when you live a life of moderation? Even in camp, he said you can have a dessert if you want to, because it is the lifestyle for you. Do you think that plays a big part in not just you wanting to carry on, but those 2 years where you were out of the ring, but you carried on training and you was in here every day?
Yeah. I was in here, but obviously I was limited to what I could do. Like,
yeah.
some days, I was running because I couldn't box, and I was boxing because I couldn't run. Like, but I was always doing what I could do. And again, like, so why are you in the gym? Like, because I'm not done yet, and I've got nothing lined up yet, but I will imminently. But go back a few years to when I won the world title. If I wasn't in the gym living this lifestyle, I wouldn't have not only got the world title shot, I wouldn't have been ready for it, and I wouldn't have won it. So yeah, it plays a massive role. Like, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what opportunities may pop up. Something might pop up, and I could be ready for it, but it's not quite right for me. But main thing is I don't want to be playing catch up when I do get the date. Oh, now I've got to rush it, and I'm always in the gym. I live the life, and until I retire, that's what I would do. And yeah, I think that's some advice I'd give to other fighters: is not just staying ready, but live the lifestyle. Not that doesn't mean foot to the floor all the time, but ticking over in the gym, working on your craft, working on things, skills, and moderately fit. You can just blip it if you need to if you get an opportunity.
So nothing is kind of done yet, but you want big fights. I'm assuming you want to go straight back in there, don't you?
Who don't want big fights? But it's more like the challenge for me. I want to finish on a high. I'm not saying this is my last fight. I don't think I'd ever approach a fight and think, this is my last camp, this is my last fight, this is the last time I do this.
Wrong mentality.
In my head, I just couldn't do that. So you never know, this could be my last fight, but like, I won't know until after. But I know my last fight, I'm better than that. I think there's a few fights that could be made. I think the Warrington fight for me makes sense, not just for me, but possibly for him as well. But you know, I've got a really good relationship with Frank as well, so I'll be talking to him in a few weeks. I've got something penciled in with him, so he may give me an offer for something. I'm going to talk to him, but like I said, the Warrington fight I think makes sense for both of us, and I'd like to really show him up for good. How he went off on the last fight, and there's genuine need of it. I don't really like the guy, so that's probably the best possibility, the best option for both of us, really.
I know there's been stuff said between you and Michael Conlon, but it feels like Josh Warrington probably the only opponent in your career where there's genuine disdain for each other.
I genuinely think Conlon sometimes must think about me before he goes to sleep at night, and what happened as a result of that fight and after that. But them two fights is probably always going to be competitive. A little bit of needle there for us. I think if Conlon went on a bit of a winning streak and got a few wins, so that fight would be as big. But yeah, the Warrington fight, just how he went off after, and I think I gave him a little bit of a complex. He's had his teeth and head on that since I posted some things about him. But yeah, both of them would I think they have a spicy build up. So.
Last one before I let you go. Have you had a chance to think about the run you went on since Rematch, Zucan, and everything that went on, avenging the loss to Lara? Because it was, for my money, certainly since I've been around, one of the best runs in British boxing. Or is it? I'll think about that when I put my feet up.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'll probably things don't soak in whilst you're in the gym and you're back into the routine, you're doing things. But yeah, I think the best thing for me for the whole run and the whole situation was how much people didn't expect it and wrote me off. And a lot of my friends made a lot of money on the bets and that. But yeah, being an underdog is it's a beautiful thing, because the pressure is, well, everyone thinks I'm going to get smashed anyway, and I'm going to show them that little bit of fire. It's nice to have. So yeah, I think, like you said, when I retire, I'll look back and think, you know what, I actually did all right, but I'm not finished yet. I've got at least another really big night in me and a really big performance. I feel really full of fire at the minute. I was back in the gym a few weeks ago, which wasn't long out. I even trained on a holiday when I took my kids away. I've got a real fire in my belly, and we need to pull that up.
Thank you very much for being to IFLTV. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we finish?
No, mate. I think I'll have some conversations soon. I'd like to fight pretty soon. I don't want to be sitting around for too long. That's why I'm in the gym. Ideally for me, October time would be good to get something nailed down, whether that's Josh or someone else. We'll see. But I'm going to be ready, and I've got that fire in my belly to go and entertain and put on a great performance.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.